Have you ever wondered about the stories that non-human beings could tell if given a voice? Today we delve into the captivating world of poetry, specifically the poem Undertaker's Horse, penned by the esteemed Rudyard Kipling. Born in Bombay in British India, Kipling was an English journalist, short story writer, poet, and novelist, known for his tales of adventure. This poem, Undertaker's Horse, is an intriguing piece of his work that offers us a unique perspective, the view from the eyes of a horse. The horse in question isn't just any horse, but one that belongs to an undertaker, witnessing the final journey of many. Kipling's poem weaves a narrative that explores life, death, and all the silent observations in between, all from the unique perspective of this undertaker's horse. Now let's dive into the world of the Undertaker's Horse and uncover the hidden narratives. The first stanza sets the tone for the poem. Here, Kipling uses vivid imagery to paint a picture of the Undertaker's horse's life. He offers a glimpse into the horse's world, a world filled with somber processions and silent streets. It's a life far removed from the open fields and freedom typically associated with these majestic creatures. The horse's situation is established through phrases that suggest confinement and servitude. The character of the horse, however, shines through as resilient and patient, bearing its burdens with quiet dignity. Kipling masterfully conveys a sense of melancholy and solemnity through the horse's perspective. The emotions evoked are poignant, stirring feelings of empathy and sadness. The horse's resignation to its grim duty is heartrending, yet it's presented without self-pity or bitterness. Through this stanza, we begin to see the world through the eyes of the Undertaker's horse. We start to understand its life, its duties, and the emotional landscape it navigates each day. The second stanza delves deeper into the horse's experiences. Here we see the horse's role in the Undertaker's business come to the forefront. As the silent observer, the horse stands for hours, often in the chill of the early morning, bearing witness to the tears of mourners and the solemn rituals of death. The horse's observations offer a raw and unfiltered view of human customs and norms related to death and mourning. This stanza is where Kipling cleverly uses the horse as a mirror to society, a reflection of our own mortality and the inevitable end we all face. The horse's experiences shed light on how society handles death, the rituals we perform, and the emotions we display. These observations, though from the perspective of a non-human entity, are strikingly human, making them all the more powerful. Thus, the horse's perspective provides a unique, poignant commentary on human life and death. As the poem progresses, the horse's narrative becomes more profound. We dive deeper into the remaining stanzas, where the horse's growing awareness of its role becomes apparent. It's not just a horse doing its job, it's a sentient being, bearing witness to the final journeys of countless souls. Kipling's masterful storytelling shines as he explores the emotional toll this role takes on the horse. The horse's sorrow isn't just for the departed, it's for the living as well. The horse, a silent observer, sees the grief, the loss, and the despair, but also the indifference, the apathy, and the fear of mortality that humans often exhibit towards death. The horse's perspective is unique. It's not human, yet it's deeply entangled in the human experience of death, becoming an unwilling participant in our rituals. Kipling uses this perspective to critique societal attitudes towards death, a topic we often tiptoe around. He encourages us to confront our fears, our attitudes, and our reactions to this inevitable aspect of life. The Undertaker's horse isn't just a beast of burden, it's a mirror, reflecting our attitudes towards mortality. It's a silent observer, bearing the weight of our grief and our indifference. It's a symbol of the dichotomy between the living and the dead, the mourners and the unmourned, the remembered and the forgotten. Through the horse's eyes, we see the raw, unvarnished truth of our society. Our fear of death, our struggle to cope with loss, and our desperate attempts to make sense of the inevitable. The horse's narrative is a poignant commentary on the human condition, a critique of our societal norms, and a call to change our perspectives. In the end, the Undertaker's horse emerges as a symbol of the often overlooked, yet deeply impactful aspects of our society. It's a reminder that every part of our existence, even the parts we prefer to ignore or forget, has a story to tell, a lesson to teach, and a role to play in the grand tapestry of life. The Undertaker's Horse, a seemingly simple poem, holds profound insights. As we've journeyed through this piece by Rudyard Kipling, we've discovered multiple layers of meaning and emotion. Let's recap the main points of our analysis. We started by discussing the unique perspective of the horse, an often overlooked character in the narrative of life and death. The horse, in its mundane duty, becomes a symbol of the constant and unyielding cycle of life and death. Its stoic acceptance of its role adds a melancholic note to the poem, yet at the same time, it is a poignant reminder of the inevitability of our own mortality. We then delved into Kipling's commentary on societal norms. Through The Undertaker's Horse, he subtly critiques the societal conventions surrounding death, the facades put up to mask the raw, natural process of mortality. It's a thought-provoking examination of how we, as a society, handle the concept of death. Our exploration of the emotional depth of the poem revealed The Undertaker's Horse as a silent observer of human grief. The horse's passive role is contrasted with the intense emotions of those it encounters, creating a stark and impactful image of sorrow and loss. And finally, we touched on the lasting impact of this poem. Even though it was written over a century ago, the themes it explores are timeless. The Undertaker's Horse serves as a mirror, reflecting our own attitudes towards death and societal norms. Its relevance today speaks volumes about Kipling's ability to tap into universal human emotions and experiences. As we conclude our analysis, we hope that this exploration has enriched your understanding of The Undertaker's Horse. The beauty of poetry lies in the myriad interpretations it offers, and we encourage you to continue pondering over this deeply moving piece. Thank you for joining us in exploring Undertaker's Horse by Rudyard Kipling. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions.